Hi crocheters of the world! In this tutorial I will show you a very easy way to crochet a shrug, or how to transform this kind of shrug into a tunic. So this is what I have so far. I have here my sleeves and the body. This is the front side and this is the back side, but I don't sew it because I want to show you how it's made, so to explain it to you how it's made. Actually, we need two parts, identical parts. First of all, to crochet two identical parts. And this is the first part. And I began actually with a number of stitches. You have to begin for this pattern with an odd number of stitches, and I go on for the sleeve. So you actually begin with the sleeve, and you go on with the back and front side of the half body, actually sleeve and half body. Back and front, because as you can see we fold this in two and we obtain actually a half part from the sleeve to the body, back and front, and we need another equal part for the second part of the body. So I began with a number of stitches that fits my arm. Okay, if you want it larger or smaller, this is you to decide. I put 51 stitches, so 51 plus 3 chains, because 3 stands for our first double crochet. I'm working this project because it's not ready, with a bamboo yarn, really nice bamboo yarn, variegated. This is it. Oops, sorry, just wanted to show you. And yes, with a 3.5 millimeters hook. But you can work this project with any kind of yarn, and when I say any kind of yarn or hook, from lace cotton yarn or cotton thread to bulk yarn. Okay, the important thing is to begin with the right number of chains for the sleeve. And if you want the sleeve to begin from the wrist, actually I put it from my arm, so it's just a half, let's say a half sleeve. It's not the entire sleeve, because for a shrug I think it's okay. I like it like this, and I go on for the sleeve and I increase at the end and at the beginning of each row, okay, for the sleeve. Then you have to stop increasing and to work the body. So the body part, actually this part, with the same number of stitches, so maintaining the same number of stitches. Okay, now I have here a swatch that I made because it's really easier to understand. Actually, this is the shape that you need for the shrug. So you begin with a number of stitches that fits your arm, and then you go on and you increase. As you can see here, I increased on the each of the beginning at the end of each row for the sleeve, and depends on how large you want the sleeve. And then I go on with the part of the body back and front, because then you fold it in two and you obtain the sleeve and a half part of the body. Now I want to show you, I will make another swatch and I will show you how to work. It's like for the pattern or for the stitch combination, I choose something really easy. So actually you can see it's a alternating double crochet rows with double crochet chain one, skip one chain, skip one, one stitch rows. So it's really easy, but I think it's a nice stitch combination for this project. And now let us begin. I will show you on this little swatch. Of course this is so small, maybe for a doll it can be used, but I just wanted to make a little swatch to show you the idea, okay? And then of course you have to resize it. Okay, so let's see. I began for my project, so for the real project, I began with 51 chains plus 3. So we have to begin with an odd number of stitches. So 51 plus 3 for my project. You can put more or less. The important thing is to be an odd number of stitches. 51 is the number of stitches plus 3, which is our first double crochet. And for the swatch, I began with 15 plus 3. So I will chain 15 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 number of stitches. And I just want to focus a little bit, plus 3, and these 3 chains will be our first double crochet. Now we yarn over, count 1, 2, 3, 4 from the hook, and into the 5th chain insert your hook to work your second double crochet, because as I said, the first is our chain 3, beginning chain 3. Why 5? Why into the 5th chain? Because the first 3 stands for our first double crochet. The 4th chain stands for the base of the double crochet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th we work our first double crochet. And now we go on and we work into each of our chain 1 double crochet for the first row. So we'll have 15 at the end, 15 for this swatch, but of course you'll have more for your project. It's really easy to do. Actually, I don't know, I thought about it, how to structure it, how to make it to be really easy to understand, because I think it's really nice to wear a thing that you made with your hands. And you know, when your friend or I don't know asks you, so beautiful this shrug, and you are so proud and you say, yes, I made it. It's, I don't know, it's something really nice. Okay, nice sensation. Okay, so I have 15 double crochets. Now I will begin with a chain of 3 for my first double crochet, but from the second row we will begin with the increases. So chain of 3 for my first double crochet, and I turn the work. yarn over. And now because I want to make an increase, I will not skip normally. So if you want to maintain the same number of stitches, normally we skip the first double crochet because we have the chain 3 for which stands for our first double crochet. So we skip it and we work into the next. But now we want to increase. So we will work actually into the very first double crochet, 1 double crochet, and now we have our first increase made in this row and in each row for the increasing part. And now chain 1 for the second part of the stitch combination that I used. Chain 1 and skip 1 double crochet, so the very next double crochet, and work into the next 1 double crochet. Then chain 1 again, skip 1 double crochet and work your double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, work a double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, work your double crochet into the next. And actually we continue on like this until the end of the row. Chain 1, skip 1 double crochet and into the next. Now I have here my second to last double crochet and my last double crochet, but my last double crochet is my chain 3, by my beginning chain 3 of the first row. Okay, so I will skip my second to last double crochet, I will chain 1 of course, and into the third chain of the beginning chain 3, and this is the third chain, I will work 2 double crochets because I said we begin and we end with a increase. So 1 and another 1 into the same third chain of the beginning chain 3. Okay. So this is what we have so far. We began with 15 and now we added actually 2 more double crochets. So we have 17. Now for the third row of increasing, chain 3 again and the same thing to do. Into the very next, into the same double crochet, so the first double crochet, work a double crochet, and now you have your increase. Okay, so chain 3 plus the double crochet worked into the first double crochet of the second row, it's our increase. Now work 1 double crochet into the next double crochet and work into the chain 1, 1 double crochet, and into the double crochet, 1 double crochet, and go on. Chain 1, work 1 double crochet, into the double crochet, work 1 double crochet, and again into the chain 1, work 1 double crochet, into the double crochet, work 1 double crochet, again into the chain 1, work your double crochet, into the next double crochet, work a double crochet. So actually this is the little pattern that I made here to repeat. Okay, it's really easy, nothing difficult. Okay, now I'm into the last chain 1, I'm working my double crochet, and now here I have 2 double crochets from my increase. Now I will work into the next double crochet, and into the last, which is always our chain 3. Into the third chain we work our last 2 double crochets because we begin and we end with the row with a increase. So not 1 but 2 into the same yarn over, of course, not 1 but 2 into the same chain, third chain of the beginning chain 3 of the last row. So don't forget about it because it's very important for this part of the project. So the part that you create the sleeve is very important to go on and increase in at the beginning and at the end of your each row. So chain 3 again and turn into the very first double crochet, work a double crochet, and now we have our increase made. Now chain 1, skip 1 double crochet and into the next work 1 double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, into the next work 1 double crochet, chain 1, and so on so forth. So now we are just repeating these 2 steps, increasing. Don't forget to increase at the end, at the beginning and at the end of each row for the entire length of the sleeve, okay? And will be you to decide where to stop, so how long and how large you want to be your sleeve, okay? Now this is the second to last, and the same thing, we skip the second to last and we work 2 double crochets into the third chain of the beginning chain 3 of the previous row. Okay, now I have completed 4 rows, and for the sleeve I decide, for this little swatch, I decide to work 8 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let me finish, complete 4 more rows, sorry, and then I will be back to show you how to go on without increasing. So there are little differences at the end and at the beginning, but really really easy to continue on without increasing, because we just increase. Okay, so this is what we have, and as I said, you go on, you increase at the beginning, at the end of your row for the length and the length and the how can I say, width of your project, of your sleeve, actually of your sleeve. So this is how we form our, how we make, how we shape our sleeve. Okay, so I finished my increasing part, so my sleeve. This is my sleeve. And now I want to go on for the body, front and back part of the body. Oh, because we have like this. This is the sleeve. And this is the front and back part of the body. And I want to go on with the same number. So actually I increase for 8 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. And I began with 15, and I add 2 more stitches in each of my 7 rows. So I have into the second 17, then 19, 21, 23, always a odd number, 23, 25 and 27, so 27. Okay, and now I want to go on with my 27 stitches. Into the real project I increased from I began, as I said, with 51 stitches, so 51 plus 3, 51 stitches, and I increased for a total of 29 rows and for a total of 105 stitches. And then I go on for 16 more rows, maintaining the 105 stitches, okay, for the body, front and back side of the body, half body. Now, when we decide to stop increasing, we chain 3, of course, we turn our work, and now we don't want to work into the first double crochet because we don't want to increase. We want to skip the first double crochet because we have the chain 3 for our first double crochet. So we'll skip the first double crochet of the previous row and we work into the next, our second double crochet. And then we have this row with the chain 1 and double crochet, and we go on working into the chain 1, a double crochet, into the double crochet, a double crochet for the rest of the row, and into the last double crochet, which is the beginning chain 3 of the previous row, we won't work 2 double crochet but only 1, because as I said, we don't want to increase anymore. So these are the differences, okay, from, let's say, the part that we increase and the part that we want to maintain the same number of stitches. So we stop increasing, actually. Not difficult at all. I am repeating this because it's like this. It's really a really easy project that you can work in any kind of size that you want. You just have to, I just give you actually the coordinates to work it, okay? So because it's easy. Okay, so now I will work into the double crochet, second to last double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then into the chain 3, beginning chain 3 of the previous row, which is my last double crochet in this row. I will work into the third chain, just 1 double crochet, not 2, 1. And now chain 4. Why chain 4? Because we have the spaces row to work. And why a chain 4? Because now we work the first double crochet plus the chain 1 space, okay? And this is another difference. So chain 3 plus 1, chain 3 for the first double crochet and the chain 1 for the chain 1 space. Yarn over, skip the second double crochet, so the second, and into the third, work a double crochet and go on like this for the entire row. So this is the difference, because we don't increase anymore. So that's why into this row with the double crochet chain 1 we begin with chain of 4. So chain 3 for the first double crochet and chain 1 for the first chain 1 space. Okay, that's it. I will go on for 3 more rows, maintaining the same number of stitches, and then I will be back to show you actually how to complete your shrug. Okay, now I am at the end. This is my second to last, and this is my last again, the chain 3. Okay, so double crochet chain 1, skip the second to last, and into the third chain work 1 double crochet, not 2, just 1. Okay, so for this watch I worked 8 increasing rounds and 5 rounds with the same number of stitches, okay? But for the real project, I will repeat now, I worked 29 increasing rounds and 16 rounds maintaining the same number of stitches. So I finished my 2 parts of the little swatch here, and I sewed the arms on my real tunic. Actually, it can be, I said, shrug or tunic. Now first of all I want to show you how you can make how easy you can make it, make a shrug. So I will show you with this little swatch here. I sewed the sleeves, so my 8 increasing rounds. And now to make the shrug you have only to sew the back part, so one of these two parts, okay, like this. You put them together and you sew it here in the middle, not actually like this, and your shrug is ready. You can also add a round here, as I began, and I will show you a round of single crochet of some border if you want to, or you can make the shrug all around, so close, not opened like this, okay, as a cardigan, but as a little sweater, let's say. So you can just work. I began here into the first, around the first row. Here I sewed my sleeve on my 29 rows, increasing rows, and I began with my row of my round will be of single crochets into the very first row, so into the 13th row, okay, and 30th row, sorry, and I work around the last double crochet of each row, 2 single crochets, okay. I join together the two parts here, and now I want to join together the two parts here and to go on and work in rounds the the bottom part, let's say, of the body, because as I said I want to make a tunic, not a shrug. So I began, as I said, around the last double crochet of each row, work 2 single crochets. Now skip around the next and work 2 single crochets, not very tight, not very loose. So 2 single crochets around of each double crochet, like this. Okay, 1 and 2. Now let me complete this part, and I will show you how to join together the two parts. If you want to make a shrug, close shrug, like a little sweater, let's say, or if you want to continue to create a tunic as I want. Okay, so 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, not more, because it will be not very nice for our 1 and 2, for our shape, for the shape of our shrug or tunic. Okay, 1 and 2, and here I am at the part that I sewed for the sleeve. Now I want to work here 1 single crochet first, yeah, where I sew it, 1, actually 2, actually on the part that you sewed, 3 single crochets, and now I will go on around with my 2 single crochets around each of my double crochet, okay, like this. Now maybe it's better if I show you on the little one. So I began here, so this is the part that I sewed, and I began here into the very first row of the body, and I put 2 single crochets, and then again 2 single crochets into the next, 2 single crochets into the next, and 2 single crochets into the next, and 2 single crochets into the last. And now we want to join the 2 parts together. To join the 2 parts together, insert your hook into the last stitch here and into the first stitch here, actually into the stitch, and make a single crochet. Okay, and then continue on around the double crochets of the next part, so like this, 1 2 1 2 1 2. So I joined one part together here, and I go on with my single crochet round like this, 1 2 1 2, and under arm I will do the same thing, so 3 single crochets, 1 2, here somewhere 3, where you actually sew it, 3. Okay, and go on the next part, 2 1 2 1 2. And now if you want to make the shrug, you don't have to join this part, or you can join it, so depends, you can make it as I said. Okay, so this is the body, and we have to sew it here, and this not can be, but is the front side, and we can let it opened for the little shrug. Okay, but as I said, I want to continue on with my tunic. So I will make the same thing here, insert the hook into the last stitch and into the first stitch here, and work a single crochet, and then go on with your 2 single crochets around each of the last double crochet of the rows. 1 2 1. I decided to make this little swatch just in order to explain it better, because it's really difficult for me when I work on a large project. Okay, so here I am now, my 3 single crochets, 1 2 and 3 here, as I said, somewhere, and now insert the hook into the first single crochet that you made, and you are ready to continue on. Oops, like this. Ready? Can you see it? Isn't it nice? Really, really easy. And now we have actually the body. This is the part of the body and the sleeves. And we can close it like this. If you want a shrug closed, this is a closed shrug, so it's like a sweater, short sweater, okay? And it can be nice over a dress, or I don't know. Okay, now if you want a tunic, you just have to continue on to work the same pattern that you worked on the sleeves around the body for the length that you need. So let me finish here some rows, some rounds, and I will show you then the result. So now I just wanted to show you what I have so far. This is my bolero. So as you can see, it's a little shrug, but close like a sweater. So that's why I said first that you can let it open here or close it. So I sew, as you can see, oops, where it is here. I sew this part, front and back, of course. And how can I show you? Okay, and this is what I have so far. Can you see? Maybe I sew a little bit more than, because of course we can let it a little bit larger here around the neck. I sew it more than I want, but it's okay, I can just. So this is what I have, and that's why I wanted to show you how it looks. I don't know, it's a little bit difficult to figure out, so here it is. It's really nice and easy to make, as you can see, so you can have a nice piece of garment that made by you, and really easy. Okay, and now if you want to, here it is my single crochet round. If you want to, you can just go on and make a tunic. Okay? So, I worked my first round, and I began with the fillet, not with the normal double crochet round, but with this one, with the double crochet chain one, skip one stitch. Why? Because I think it can be nice to put at the end if you want to make a tunic, but even if you want to let it like a short sweater or shrug or everything you want, it could be nice to put a drawstring around. Okay, that's why I began with this. And another thing that I want to tell you is that for the sleeve, because we worked in rows, we had a odd number. So I began here, if you remember, with 51 stitches. Okay, 51 plus 3 for the first double crochet. Okay, and now, because we work in rounds, we need a even number. Okay, so I have here, because actually I said for the body I go on and work 16 rows more, but I found out that it was not very nice for me, not large enough, let's say. It was a little bit tight, so I said, okay, let's go on, and I add 4 more rows. So you can do it when you are ready. You just add rows if you need more, I don't know, larger, if you need a larger size. Okay, so for the body, I said, I am speaking now of the body. The rows that are these rows. Okay, and another thing, what I want to say to you, but because I want to give you all the details, even if it's really easy. Let's see, sorry. Yes, I know. So an odd number, now we need an even number, yes, for the rounds, because now we are working actually in rounds, no, for the body, the length of the body. So now you can go on and put the length that you want. Okay, of course I will work a little bit and then I will be back to show you how it looks. And you will have, you should have an even number of stitches for the body, even if you have an odd number of rows here, not 20 as I have, but 21, let's say, because you put 2 single crochet into each, around each of your row actually. So it's 21 plus 21 is 42, plus 42 because we have 2 halves for the front part and 2 halves for the back part, back side. So 42 plus 42 are 84 plus 84, so on. So it's a even number, plus these two, you know, when we put them together, when we join together these parts, we work a single crochet here and here, so these are 2, okay, and 3 plus 3 under the arm, and this is 6, so it's a even number. Actually, I have 20 plus 20 are 40, plus 40 are 80, plus 80 are 160, plus 6 166, plus 2 168 I have all around, so with my my size here. Okay, so hope it's all clear. Just if you have some question, just ask. I will try to help you, and I will be back to show you a little bit the result after I will complete some some rounds for the body. So as I promised, here I am with my blouse tunic. I don't know, it's more a blouse than a tunic, and I want to go on now. I almost completed 13 rounds, and I will go on with my last skein that I have here. This is my last skein, so I will go on and complete as much as I can, so the length of the blouse. And what can I say? This yarn is, as I said at the beginning of the tutorial, this yarn is a bamboo yarn. It's really nice and fresh yarn for summer projects, and it's a heavy yarn. I found it here in Italy in skeins of 100 grams, and I use for this project, this is my last, I use 5 skeins. So 5 skeins of 100 grams, and yes, it's really a heavy yarn, and it falls really nice. The projects of the blouse, really nice yarn, actually, for a good yarn for blouses, or I don't know, cardigans, summer cardigans. Okay, so if you want to make only a shrug, of course you need less of the quantity of yarn, so maybe 3 skeins of 100, I don't know, or you can make it with any kind of yarn. I give you the basic, let's say, coordinates to create this kind of pattern of model, and I hope it's all clear. It's really easy, and you can make it, yes, with any kind of yarn. What else can I say? If you have questions, you can ask, and of course I will be happy to help you to make this shrug, if you decide to make a shrug or cardigan, or cardigan, blouse, tunic. What do you want to make? Okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and see you at the next tutorial.